guys, and welcome back to my channel. Daily Dreamer here. So I hope you enjoyed the last couple of videos that went live, which was about Body Shop and the products that I opened, like unpackaging them and then testing the products. I really do believe in Body Shop has helped my skin, and especially in these times where we just need a bit of self-love and pampering, then Body Shop is the way to go. And again, in this video I'll have them linked below just in case you missed out, and please check out those videos. They were fun to make. It really helps out, and it will be good for my friend Rhiannon as well, because she's doing amazing at it and she really believes in the products, and it's nice to know that other people are believing in them as well. But in today's video we're going to be talking about weddings. So the last video that went out was around September time of last year, and towards that time wedding plans sort of stopped a little bit because of coronavirus. As we know, it's kind of put a halt on many people's plans for different reasons, different things, but especially weddings. If you do have a wedding that's going ahead, it's only about 30 people, not even then, about 20 or something. So I'm not quite sure of the exact numbers, but it's a small number of people, and there are some people who do like small weddings, and mine and Terry's isn't going to be the biggest wedding, but there is no one on our guest list for the day that we would, or even the evening really, that we would want to sort of not invite. So fingers crossed for next year and our date can go ahead. If anything, we would have to probably like push it back sort of within the year or something, but hopefully that doesn't need to happen. But I thought I would update you. There have been some developments, I will say, in the plans, and things are sort of going ahead and the ball is rolling, as they say. Sort of we are getting to that time now where throughout this year 2021 things do need to be sort of booked and either like deposit paid or all paid for before next year. So I thought I would touch on first, I've got my trusty wedding planner folder. You might have seen that in my previous video. Just write down some notes. I've also got my laptop here just with anything that I don't miss out on or don't repeat myself. Like, I've already kind of watched my video back just to see what I did talk about, just so I can update you and not repeat myself. What I will mention first is the venue. So last time I said that we'd put a provisional hold on a venue for about 2 weeks, and I can confirm that the venue that we had the hold for, deposit has been paid for that basically, and it is now going to be officially our wedding venue. So it's so nice to know we have a venue, a place where everything is going to go, a place where we know the ceremony is going to be held. It's going to be where everything is held, so the ceremony itself, where we're getting ready, because it's a hotel as well, so it has rooms. It's also going to be the place where we have our reception and wedding breakfast and everything. We're not sort of like moving from that venue, so it's going to be quite nice, because I know some people have a ceremony in one place and then the reception and sort of dinner and party in another place. Just because, one, it could be that they're religious and they got married in a church, but then they wanted to have the party obviously somewhere else. But for us, it's going to be all in the same place, so very easy and no extra travel is involved. And that is a barn style, as I spoke to you guys last time, so it's definitely keeping in the theme, and I can't wait to just take photos and have it all sort of set up the way that we want to, because it's just going to be a beautiful venue in itself. The next thing that I did mention in my previous video is about save the date magnets, and like I wanted to send out save the evening cards, because I felt that I owed the people that were going to come to the evening, like, oh, please save that evening, but you don't need to worry about saving the whole day, like they only know they're coming for the night sort of thing. So I've had 2 weeks off, as you might have known in my previous video I mentioned, which is coming to an end. Yes, everyone's got to go back to work at some time, but I have been enjoying this time off and done a few wedding bits with my mum and Terry over that time. So save the magnets have all been sent out to people, and as well as save the evening, apart from some people that I'm inviting from my work. I will do that in person when I go back, but we have been sort of quite creative, so we've sent out the save the date magnets. I'll insert a picture of what we ordered on Amazon, I think it was Amazon or eBay, of what the magnets could go in, because we didn't just want to send the magnets out in any random card. So we kind of got these nice little envelopes that had like a bit of card that you could write on. So I just wrote a few words saying like, looking forward to having you part of our celebration, special day, to whoever it was I was sending it to. And these envelopes had like a little flower attached. I loved them. They were like little dried flowers. Then they had like a little sticker that said especially for you, and then we put that in like a little plastic cellophane and then put the address on the front. And then I also bought these cards. They were just absolutely plain cards and envelopes, and me and my mum, we used stencils and we wrote "Save the Night" on the front with the date, and then inside I just sort of said like, we'd love to have you part of our evening, like our special evening, just so they know it's about the night. They will have an actual invitation coming later this year, just to obviously update them on everything else. But that was just to sort of let them know that keep that date or keep that evening free. It's sort of getting a little bit real now that when the date is put out there. Some people were actually messaging me back saying, oh, I've received my save the dates, or some of them said thank you so much for thinking of us for the evening. I will post a couple of photos of my my best friend and our family friends, and we also put the magnets in like a little organza bag, just so they kept safe, they didn't break, or the magnet didn't sort of get damaged in any way. So we really thought about it, and I wanted it to be quite nice. And the envelope itself, as you can see from the picture, is like craft, so it fit in with that barn style theme, like the sort of crafty sort of paper. Following on from save the date is the invitations itself. So I've looked on a website which is called Pure Invitations, and I saw one that sort of matched the sort of craft barn style idea that I had in mind, and we've actually gone ahead and ordered a sample. So inside the invitation you will get an information card which will then let your guests know where the venue is, the ceremony time, sort of just an information about the wedding itself, an RSVP card so people can respond. Inside also will be information about accommodation, so if it is a hotel and people do want to sort of stay, then they know like maybe prices, how to book, what to do, that sort of thing. So there'll be information on that. I'm also going to be inserting a song request card inside. So I found these online, so I'll just show you there. I want them to be able to sort of like play a part in the sort of music at the reception and have any songs that they might like played, just because I don't know everybody's style. Obviously there's like the cheesy traditional songs that you have at weddings, but there might be a song in particular that people want, so I'm giving them a chance to do that. And then also there is the menu options, which will probably just be like one meaty option and one vegetarian, so depending on who wants what. And then we have actually spoke to the venue about having a couple of dessert options, just because I think it'd be quite nice to sort of change it up a little bit, so there might be a couple of options on that. But that will all be in the invitation. So the sample is just generic, they'll just have like generic writing on there, but it will just sort of show us how it's sort of put together. So I'm really looking forward for those to come. Being quite productive sort of throughout these last 2 weeks and also the last month. So last month I actually spoke to a DJ, which I kind of mentioned in the last video that I wanted to speak to the DJ that we had at our engagement party, and I did. I still had his number, his contact, and I got in contact with him, said that, you know, always had you in mind to be part of our wedding, be our DJ, but just didn't know when to sort of message you. So last month in January I messaged him, and he said that he would be honoured to do that. He does remember the party and thought it was a really good night. And also he came along with a selfie mirror, so obviously extra charge, but it was sort of he was the one that I got the selfie mirror from, and he said that he will sort out that for me and then get back to me about prices. So what the prices will be for him, what the price will be for the selfie mirror, them together, how many hours. But it's just nice to know that I've spoken to him, and that's sort of pretty much booked. Just need to sort out payment next. As well as speaking to him about being our DJ, I've kind of put together a little music list. I will speak to Terry about this. This was just something I did in my spare time. I just sort of looked through the songs that I quite like and what we like together and what we like as a whole family. There are certain songs that get played at sort of every event, sort of like the Cha-Cha Slide. There's also the Time Warp. There's also the Twist. There's certain songs that get played at sort of family events, and they will always be played, I think, all the time, but just certain dancey songs. And again, I'll await the song requests from guests. I'll speak to my mum and dad if there's anything that they want. Obviously me and Terry have chosen our first dance song, so that's something that we have chosen. It's a song that it was the first song that he ever said reminded me of him, and from then it just sort of became, I wouldn't call it like it's our song. So I know some people like have songs that just represent them, but it's just always a song that I quite like now because it reminded me of him. So we're gonna have that being played. And yeah, I think music is important at the evening, just to have fun. And you know, you're officially married and you just need songs and music and that you're going to be able to dance to. So I'm looking forward to putting those ideas to the DJ and hoping that he'll be able to put all of that together. So as I said, I've been quite productive, so I've been emailing companies. What we've done is spoke to a photographer and videographer. So I was looking online, I literally just typed in photographers and videographers in Hertfordshire, and this was the first one that popped up. And I looked through the reviews, I looked through sort of his services, and on the website he'd actually been the photographer at our venue. He actually put like where he'd actually been, so there's many different venues, and then I saw, oh, that's our venue. So I looked at that and I looked at the photos that he took, and they just looked really nice. And also not the video at the venue, but other venues, I don't think himself is the videographer. I think he has like a team of people, but whoever was filming, they put them on the website like what they filmed before, and some of the wedding videos just look absolutely beautiful. So I was really intrigued about them and about that company. I also looked at a couple of others, so I emailed about 2 or 3, and they all got back to me with sort of prices and stuff, but there was one in particular that I spoke to that the price seemed quite right. And we also had a Zoom call, so Tuesday evening I think it was, myself and Terry sat down and had a Zoom call, and he was really natural, he was really comfortable with us. Like there was no sort of like awkwardness. I know it can sometimes be awkward when this is the first time you're doing something, I say as adults, me and Terry are adults, but sort of quite professional without sort of like parents involved. Obviously my mum and dad were there in the living room, but it was our chance to sort of speak to him and see if we wanted to sort of book with him. He showed us sort of some photos of what he'd done before, and he just sort of spoke how he does things. We really liked the way that he was talking, and we really liked the sort of way that he does photography and sort of will make it feel quite natural to both of us, and the photos just looked amazing. So we have actually paid a deposit, so that means he is our photographer, and I think obviously his team of people will also help with the video side of things. I explained to him how important it was to video and capture this moment, obviously for us to look back on, but for my family members who won't be able to attend as well. So he understood that, which was really nice. I feel like he's going to be a good addition to sort of our wedding, and I just can't wait to have photos and videos of the day. Another thing that I emailed about was the cake. We've always had the idea of having Victoria sponge as our flavour, just because I feel like it is a really nice flavour for everyone to enjoy. Some people don't always like chocolate, some people don't always like, say, lemon, for instance. I really like red velvet, but some people aren't quite keen on it, that sort of thing. Terry is a lemon person, but I'm not quite keen on it. So it's sort of, you've got to find something that everyone likes, and I feel that Victoria sponge is quite a nice flavour for everybody to enjoy. So as I say, it's something for everyone. And I'm just going to insert a picture somewhere, the ideas that we've been having for the cake and what it sort of looks like. And I feel like this really goes with the rustic vintage barn style theme. And I've emailed someone and they have actually got back to me, but it's so annoying when emails go to your junk folder. We'll just put that out there, like I hate it because you just miss it. Anyway, we've been speaking, and she sort of given me a quote of what that sort of cake will cost if that's what I want. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of getting that just sorted. Like, even though it's quite early days, it's just quite nice to have something else checked off the list. So I kind of touched on last time about hair and makeup, and I haven't actually sort of done anything too much with this me and mum just looked at some hair and makeup companies online. There's a couple of people that I've been looking at that work at a company, but they kind of they only work in Hertfordshire. So you've got like a company, and I think they have different stylists. One that works in London, you've got some in Kent, some somewhere else, but there was a couple in Hertfordshire that I've been looking at, and just looking at prices and their sort of portfolio just to see what they've done. And there's a couple on there that kind of have the vision that I would like, with the curly hair and the sort of plaits and things like that. So I've kind of done a rough sort of quote on my own with the prices that they've put up there. So I do need to actually start emailing people about that. It's just I've been doing other things as well, so I think that will be the next step that I need to look into. I've also emailed a company in town, so where I live in the main town, there is a bridal shop there, and they also do formal wear for sort of men's suits and bridesmaids dresses as well. But I've emailed them about having an appointment when shops are allowed to reopen due to COVID. So they've put me on this waiting list, so I'm sure there's other people that have either had to reschedule or want to book an appointment because they've got an upcoming wedding but haven't been able to try the dresses on because the shop is closed. And I've done no wedding dress shopping at all. I've got my ideas, and I know that I need to just try on as many dresses as I possibly can just to get a real feel of what I really love and what I probably don't like, and come to the last conclusion. But they have said that they'll put me on the waiting list, and sort of I'm in contact with them about an appointment, and as soon as shops reopen, then they'll get in contact with me about when and what time, what date I can have the appointment. So that's something that I really can't wait to do. I can't wait to just try on dresses, feel like an actual bride, like it's not just any dress, it's going to be my wedding dress. I think at the moment only one person can come to the appointments at the moment, so that will be my mum. Of course I'd want all my girls to be with me, but unfortunately it's just not possible at the moment. I'm sure I'll message them. My mum can always show pictures and send to them. They can always help with what they like the best. Obviously it's my decision at the end of the day, but of course I want their opinions. They're like my closest friends. But yeah, it will be sad not having like the full experience of having all your girls with you, but unfortunately it is what it is, and I can't leave the dress too last minute because obviously alterations and just making sure it fully fits before the wedding does take time. So it has to be something that we do this year. Also, bridesmaids dresses, loads of ideas going through my head. Obviously the colour is set, and obviously I want them to all sort of have the same style, and I have sent messages to some of the girls of what they like, and I've shown them pictures like, oh, do you prefer this, do you prefer that? So I will be in contact with them about dresses, but I've got to get myself sorted first, and then I can focus on bridesmaids dresses as well as the suits for Terry and his boys. We've said it will be navy suits, a burgundy tie with like probably a white rose as like a corsage that the sort of like groomsman, best man, and he will wear. So that will be sorted by the florist with the corsage. But so we've got some ideas, but haven't been able to actually do anything about it due to shop closures and COVID. So fingers crossed that by the summertime this year, things have sort of relaxed a little bit. I'm not saying restrictions are going to be fully lifted, but some shops are able to reopen for us to be able to do these sort of things. So that's kind of what I've been doing over the last sort of 2 weeks. I'm glad that's like save the dates, that's invitations, samples ordered, cake ideas, hair and makeup, photographer, all of that sort of thing. I'm so glad that we're getting somewhere now, because it felt like wedding took a back seat at the end of last year, and it kind of needed to, because there was nothing really for us to do. I'm so glad we got the venue sorted. Like that was really good for us to get sorted just before sort of COVID really happened and all these different lockdowns happened. But I'm glad that things are starting up again. So I really want some customized items for when the girls get ready, like for us and the girls. So I want us to have robes. So I love it in the dressing room, us girls getting our hair and makeup done, and we can wear the robes. So mine will probably be white with bride on the back, so either my name and bride or just the word bride. And then I'll have the girls in like probably burgundy ones, because they're going to be wearing burgundy dresses, and have their names on them and say either maid of honour for my best friend Molly, and then bridesmaid for the rest of them. And I think I also want to get my mum one as well, so I think that'd be nice, mother of the bride one. I want to get like champagne glasses. I want to also get hangers for the dresses for myself as well. So there'll be one that says bride, it will have the date on the hanger. So I just think it'd be really special, and these can be keepsakes as well, like not just the bridesmaids dresses that they'll probably want to keep. but these customized things as well. So I've kind of been thinking of little ideas of what extras to have. Something that we've been thinking about as well is whether to have like sashes or the sort of things that you tie around the back of the chairs. So I know some chairs, they normally have a big white cover that goes over the top, but with how rustic and how lovely the chairs are already at the venue, we're not going to have the white covers, but I think I would like a coloured sachet on the chairs, and for them to sort of match the colour theme. So it's either I do every other table, so you'll have one burgundy table, so each chair has a burgundy sash, and then the next table has a full navy sash, or I sort of, what's the word, sort of like change up the pattern sort of thing. So one burgundy, one navy, one burgundy, one navy around the table. So that's something that we've been thinking about. Also something that we need to sort of do is flowers. So my mum's got a really good friend that she's been friends with for years, and her daughter works in a florist, and she's been helping out her brother with his wedding, so she kind of knows what she's doing in terms of flowers for weddings. So we really want to have them over to be able to discuss colour themes, what type of flowers that we want, sort of either around the room or on the tables, bouquets for me and the girls. So there's lots of things that we need to discuss, but it would be so much easier to have them round to talk about things, but unfortunately due to COVID we can't. But she is the one in mind that will probably do our flowers for us, so looking forward to sorting that out. I have got some ideas, as you can see here. I'll put some pictures around of what flowers I want. As long as it fits the colour theme and they look beautiful, I'm not too worried. Roses are one of my favourite flowers ever, so probably roses will be involved, and the gypsophilia, which is what I said previously about being in the hair and probably on the table as well on the centerpiece, so they're going to be involved somewhere. So but if there's any other flowers that maybe she thinks will go really nice with our colour theme and style, then I'm more than happy for her to put her opinion forward as well. Lastly, one thing that I'll talk about, so I won't talk too much, as I said, I don't like to always give too much away, but I really do love talking about it. As you can see, it makes me happy, and I just can't wait to bring all these ideas and bring all the bookings and that together and just keep planning, and I can't wait for it to finally come together, like on the wedding day. I don't want it to go too quick because then I know that the wedding is over, but you know, when you're just so excited and you can't wait to see your vision come to life. So the last thing I'll talk about is wedding favours. So you kind of sort of put something on the table. Sometimes it could be sweets, it could be other types of food, or just something on the table to sort of say like thanks for being a guest at our wedding kind of thing. We've thought about doing chocolates, so that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I'm not going to give too much away about exactly what we're doing, but the chocolates will go inside something like a little bag or something, just to keep the chocolate safe in, just so they're not like randomly out on the table. We really want to get back to the wedding venue and take like the centerpieces that we want there. So we've got those wooden boards that I was talking about last time and the vases, and just sort of put them on one of the tables just to see how it would look. And this is where we need to get like napkins and the sachets, just so we can put them on the chairs, put them on the table and see how it would look all together. And I remember talking to you last time about I wanted something extra on the table. That is something that we've sorted out as well, but again, I'm going to keep that sort of a surprise for guests who come to the wedding day, but I can't wait to sort of put it out on the table and, as I said before, like seeing the vision and seeing it all come together. So that's pretty much my updated plans. There are other things that I probably could talk about. Me and my mum have got a spreadsheet. It's something that we like to look back on. We highlight it in green when it's done, and that's where we've got our guest list on for the tables, the music ideas, photo ideas, as in like who do we want as the group photos and things like that, which the photographer will help us with, but it's all on that spreadsheet, so it's all in one place together, so I don't lose any of the ideas that we have. So I really do hope you enjoy these videos. I know they're a little bit chatty, but I do love sharing my ideas about the wedding, and I can't wait to be able to take you out and about when the guests sort of know about where the venue is and that, like they've had their invitations. I'm more than happy to maybe take the camera and show you guys. I can't wait to show you nearer the time. I'm looking forward to maybe filming about the hen party. Those ideas, I haven't got too many. I was gonna just mention that I'm not really like a clubby person. I think I've been to like 2 clubs in my life. not really like that. And me and Terry are both the same. Like, it's not that we're boring people, but it's just not really our scene. We like a drink. Like, we like parties where we're with the people that we love the most, so like family parties, weddings in particular, those type of sort of parties and that. But sort of clubbing is not really our scene. There's plenty of people that I'd love to invite to this hen party and go for a big afternoon tea. Now, a wedding that I've already been to, her hen party was an afternoon tea, and then also a spa, and then another wedding that we've got in sort of 2 weeks after mine also is doing afternoon tea. So I don't want them to think I'm copying their idea, but yeah, I think afternoon tea is something that everybody can enjoy, and then maybe go out for cocktails. So it's still sort of going out for drinks, but it's not like proper clubbing, it's just sort of having a few nice drinks somewhere. So I don't know, there's ideas flowing, and maybe my girls can help me, especially Molly might want to help as maid of honour. She might want to put a few ideas up front. But yeah, so I can't wait to sort of show you a bit more instead of just me talking in my bedroom. But yeah, I really do hope you have enjoyed this video. Social media linked down below. My last 2 videos about weddings will be linked down below, just so you can see the difference of what I've been able to plan now versus then, and I can't wait to update you guys in the future. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.